Hi, this is Cindy with Scrap Girls, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 of the great features that happened in the Photoshop CC 2019 update. The original update happened back in October 2018, but with the holidays things kind of got in the way, and I haven't been able to play with a lot of the new features as much as I've wanted to, and they're just way too cool not to share in case you've been as busy as me. So let's go ahead and dive in. First up is the shortcut for undo. It used to be that Command or Control Z toggled between undo and redo, which was very frustrating. And in Illustrator and other image applications, Command or Control Z is already used for multiple undos, so that made it even more confusing and frustrating. And in order to do multiple undos, it used to be Option or Alt Control plus Z. So your fingers really got to work out. But now it's just Command or Control Z for multiple undos, and Option or Alt Control Z becomes toggle last state. So yay, this is going to make it more efficient and easier to use, and falls in with the other applications in Illustrator. Okay, this is the one that I'm super excited about. It's the Live Blend Modes preview, and this just makes it so much easier to see the different blend mode effects that you can get. We're just going to go over to the Layers panel, click on the down arrow, and just start scrolling. And as you go along, you can see the different effects that each blend mode has on this photo. It's just as easy as that. I'm so excited about this. It just really makes it so much more efficient to work with your blend modes. And I love blend modes. I know a lot of us do. So it's so exciting. It works really great when you're masking a photo over a photo mask or painted mask, especially like watercolor photo masks. I love that look, and this just makes it 100% easier and faster. Alright, the third feature that we're going to talk about is auto commit. You no longer need to press return or enter in Windows or click the commit check mark in the options bar to commit your transformations. So that's a huge time saver. Let's go ahead and transform this little winter girl here, and instead of hitting the check mark in the options bar, we can just click outside of the bounding box, or we can click outside of the canvas area in the document window, or click on one of the layers in the Layers panel. So that just makes it so much easier to commit your transformations. Anything to speed things up. Number 4 is transform. You can now transform most layer types, pixel type, bitmaps, place smart objects proportionally by default. Shapes and paths, which are vectors, still transform non-proportionally. Previously, if you didn't hold down the Shift key, this is what happened when you tried to resize something or transform it. Now by default, you can just transform, resize, scale up or down, whatever you want to do. You can rotate it without holding down the Shift key. And now if you do hold down the Shift key, then it's not going to constrain your proportions. And if you're a Photoshop Elements user, this is something that has already been in play for a long time. Now if you are using the Shape tool, it does not constrain the proportions, so you will need to hold down the Shift key if you're going to use the Shape tool, because it's a vector. And it makes sense, because a lot of times you're wanting to create a specific shape. You might be using the Ellipse tool to create an oval or something, so it really makes sense to me. So what's really exciting to me is that it also works with text. So see, you can just enlarge, make it smaller, so much easier. And of course, if you want to do some crazy thing, you hold down the Shift key. Yay for proportional transform. And the last one for this video is double click to edit text. You can just double click to change the text, and the great thing is you don't have to switch between tools to do that. If you're on this layer, you've been playing around with this layer, you can just come over here to your text and double click on it. You don't have to go into your layers panel and select it. You don't have to get the type tool to select it. So it's awesome. So it's a small thing, but it's amazing. I hope this has helped you find a favorite new feature from the last Photoshop update. I know it's been a couple months since the actual original update happened, but I just hadn't had time to play around. I hadn't even updated my Photoshop yet till a few weeks ago. So I'm just super excited about a lot of these features, and I'm going to also do a part 2. There were just too many great things to cover in one video. Didn't want to make it super long. So I hope to see you in part 2.